Welcome back to our Continent Park build, whatever I decide to call this series. I don't know yet. The MVU is on the way to check on this Muddabura. We'll have to see what it's sick with and if it gets cured automatically. Avian pox, cause infection. Wait, what's the cause infection thing? Well, the MVU is on the way to treat that automatically. Let's make sure we do the research. Quarantine all dinos with avian pox for 15 seconds. Can I get you to leave? Standing by. We'll try to do this properly. Fuck. They did it anyway. Okay, well. We'll let that one slide, I guess. In the future, let's leave this not set up. It's clearly bugged. Because that's two diseases they treated automatically that shouldn't have been treated. Alright. Fine. Fine. Let's get amenities in here. Oh, also, what else are we doing here? Fossils were finished. I think we'll wait for more to come in before we do anything there. I don't think we need to do any research imminently, so I think, yeah, we're fine. Let's go ahead and put in our amenities. We'll put them in a stretch right here. White and some green, some more white and some more green, and then 10,000, 20, 10,068. Okay, yeah, so combo like that. Slightly more green. So I guess we'd pick ginger beer. Definitely hats. Alright. Now we'll start making some more money there off of those. Ratings will go up. What else do we need? Accommodation rating. If we put the small hotel in here, it actually doesn't make much of a difference for visibility. I'm going to put it in over here, because this is just more convenient as a location in the park build. Okay, so shops are profitable. That's good. Then I guess we're just kind of waiting on this expedition. Actually, let's do a pattern. Let's mix that up a little bit. So you can just go do this yourself, and then you'll have to be rested, but we'll have to do fossils and probably 2 batches of fossils anyway, so that's fine. And then who's the last guy we have left? You're just welfare guy. You can do a disease, I suppose. That's fine. That way, if we do run into Cryptosporidiosis, we have it covered and ready to be treated. So, we've got a little bit of osmium here to sell. 110k reimburses us basically for the dig, and then we just grab a little bit more Minmi. I would imagine this is complete, but it is going to be 2 solid batches of processing. We'll grab the 2 of them since the other person's still researching. 17 seconds? That's actually bad. We'll wait for this to finish. That way we don't double up on scientists unnecessarily. Oh, except she needs to be rested. So we do want to double up on scientists. Just kidding. Okay, you get rested. The math on that didn't quite work out correctly, huh? Well, Storm warning. Okay, yes, okay, sure. Fine. Once again, I can't see the timers. 218, 219. So these will be done at the same time, then the other scientist can take over for the second batch of processing. Get me a ranger team. You're already in here. Great. You just chill in there. Be ready to fix the fences if need be. This one can handle the park out here. A lot of storm damage. It's like I turned storms up or something, huh? At least that one was short. Get the park open right away again. Keep making money. What is your margins, Muttaburras? Pretty good margins. So we can put in a fair bit more Muttaburrasaurus, but we want to get the Minmi started too before we do that. Well, that was a nice storm, all things considered. And there's all the DPG workers pouring out of the shelter. And walking off the corner of the path. They're not even obeying the proper path positions. You're trampling my perfectly curated dirt, you sons of bitches. Alright. Fossils. Fossils. Finishes up the Minmi. We'll do you. Then we should be able to do a good batch right away. This is going to take a hot second, so I think we will, yeah, we'll wait for those fossils. We got a perfect contract this month. Increase the number of dinosaurs. With a time bonus, pretty good. Arguably, this one might be better, but number of guests might also be more of a trap. So I think we can basically guarantee the 275 and the bonus. Here, I don't think we can guarantee the bonus, so this actually is more. Unless, of course, it says, yeah, release any 2 dinos. Easy. Okay, and there is the Minmi. So, little Minmi. These guys have a social need that's pretty similar. Oh, needy, huh? We could always... It's only a 25% chance of needy. We could skip it. If we get, like, 1 needy dino, we could just skip them. Might do that. Very much might do that. We'll do a dice roll, and we're going to have you also be Great Sandy Desert, because that's our only Australian skin color. In the game in general, I believe. Mangrove, as mentioned in previous episode, Mangrove arguably applies, but Mangrove applies basically to anything on the equatorial half of the planet, so it's kind of not interesting. We're going to make these guys long-lived. We'll pop 50% resilient into them. That's 8 genetics. Is that aggressive? Kind of. Kind of aggressive. We'll do it, though. Well, it means we'll have to rest before we can hatch the eggs. But that's fine. We should still get that done in 10 minutes. Yeah, 30 seconds for the synth, then we rest, which is another few minutes. No, we'll get that done. That'll be fine. So we'll be back when... Well, we can look at the eggs here real quick. Let's check the eggs. 5. But only 1 needy. So I'm going to skip the needy. We're going to do the top 4. Resilient, long-lived, defensive, long-lived, nocturnal, weak, defensive, weak, long-lived. Socials 4, that's enough to get them out. We'll do a second batch and rest these guys. So rest. You'll sit. We hatch the current batch, send the second batch. So we'll be back when it is egg hatching time. We're going to hatch those 4. Alright, our cute little eggs are ready to go. The first 4 Minmi are out. Second batch is on the way. Ah, I got one that looks a little bit different. That's good. It's been a while since we've seen these adorable kids. They're very loud.
Allow me to introduce myself.
So that's the Rana.
I'm something of a perfectionist.
But then, of course, this is the Calcarana.
So I expect that you'll do your best.
Cool. Little Minmis.
Oh,
and what do you guys need?
Welcome.
fruit and nuts. Fruit, nut, and you don't care about trees. Okay. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. Need a little bit more nuts. Okay. Get you a little bit of margins there. Muddas, what do you guys think now? You are still happy.
Is a relatively small armored herbivore from Cretaceous Australia.
So, this is the Australia exhibit. What I'm feeling here is if we minimize the amount of forest and we keep just the 6 Muddaburrasaurs, we can get more of a desert vibe going here in this enclosure. I overdid it a little bit on the forest removal. Okay. Let's do a little bit extra there, actually, because that way we got a little bit of safety margin for when they move around. Plus, I'm probably going to paint over this corner here. We got these stray trees to put in more min-mise. And then let's go ahead and grab the nice sand brush, which is not very sandy looking at first glance, and paint over this. Somehow removed ground fiber. That's a really interesting thing. Why is that actively removing ground fiber? That's really weird. That's really strange. How did that actively diminish the ground fiber coverage? I do not understand. That was really, really weird. I've never seen that behavior before. Yeah, look at how diminished their coverage is now. What the shit? Huh. Actively very confusing.
What sets this species apart from other members of its family are the horizontally orientated plates that run along the sides of its backbone. Hence the binomial name, paravertebra.
7 eggs. Let's not take the needy. This might be too many. It's all big investment, too. They're all resilient, long-lived. They're all good eggs. Okay. Why did this actively, like, ruin it? Well, if we go back to grass... Look at that! Ground fiber goes way up. Okay, so we can't go crazy, I guess, on sand in here. If we want more dinos, which we do. Well, alright. We can do a little bit of sand, like, up in the front, at least. Like, we can replace this aesthetic of this, like, rocky sand, like, terrain area with some sand, at least. Get a little bit of an Australia going. Very mildly so. A little bit of sand out here, maybe at the front. That kind of works. Okay. Well, yeah, so we gotta do that kind of compromise. It's really weird that that affects it. I mean, maybe it makes some sense. It makes, like, a desert park, I guess, a little harder to actually accommodate your dinosaurs, which is interesting. Okay, that's a good amount of forest. You've got plenty of ground fiber now, and I assume the min-mi are going to be, like, really good to go. Yeah, they're really good.
The objective is always to complete the objective, and that's what you've done.
Alright, so let's take all 6 of these eggs then. I'm pretty sure we can accommodate them just fine. And then what else are we going to do in the meantime? Path capacity is a big problem. It's been a problem for a little while. We've been ignoring it. That's our highest priority probably then. Ratings are good. So path capacity it is. That's not infrastructure, that's guest comfort. 200k, which we don't have. Any minute now. There we go. We're just going to do it, and it's going to be fine. Nothing bad's going to happen when we run out of money here. Okay. There we go. All right. Next month. No aviary. Job security, disease-free. Disease-free is more money, so we'll take disease-free. Paths are replaced. Min-my are ready to go.
I think you can handle it. Read the objective and see if you don't agree.
Another nice little variable herd here. It looks like we got some blink ones probably in the front. A lot of the green patterns. They're very loud. Very adorable little guys, though. Missing ground nut. Yeah, I would imagine so. Or you're perfect with a huge margin on population still. Or a huge margin on your environment still. Nope, there it goes. Okay, they needed to catch up with each other, I guess. Alright, so that gets them finished. How are the Muddas feeling? A little bit of extra ground fiber still in the Muddas. Minimal forest. I think this exhibit's pretty much done, though. We could do, like, additional Muddas to get the different skin in, but I'm not sure that would actually be that worthwhile. Let's instead... oh, you still think you're missing a lot of environment. I guess they didn't fully update yet. Okay, we can accommodate you. You have a little bit of ground nut if you move this way. The Muddas still have enough ground fiber here, though. We can accommodate the ground nut. There we go. We lost the tiniest bit of ground fruit now. Alright, that seems pretty good. I think we call that a complete exhibit. 6 Muddaburras, and then 10 Min-my. 16 dinos total. That's a pretty good exhibit, I think. Yeah, 16. And with a little bit of a safety margin so that they're not getting angry every time their territory shifts into corners. And Australia is complete. Bam. Alright, so next up is Asia. A large Asian exhibit for Wurosaurus and Mamenchisaurus and whatever else we end up putting in here. So we'll start on the Wuro. In terms of other research we want to do in the middle of things here. Ooh, we can actually do hatchery upgrades. That's really good. Tolerant would be bad. Tolerant and humble are both things I'd like to have. Wait, which one's humble? Oh, this one. 6 species. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll do cross species pretty soon. Also, the shops are maxed out. We could consider upgrading shops as well. 84%. Yeah, we should have new shops in before we do an Asian exhibit. We are at path capacity again, too. What can I do about path capacity without arbitrarily putting in a bunch of pointless paths? Which I could do. Here and there. How much of a difference does that make? No immediately obvious difference. Oh, it has gone up, though, because this was the previous level. Yeah, okay. We still need a lot more. What else can we do? What else is justified here? Okay, unidentified ailment. Mobile vet, investigate. Are all of our other ratings at 100%? They are. I guess we start to build the Asian exhibit area. Which is going to be kind of up here where this is done. Oh, but I should get in like the medium amenities maybe first to like get the layout done. Oh, but they're not going to fit. Because I think they're longer. Why don't we just do this? Put in something like this. And then we'll work on the Asian sector back here. This will be the biggest area. It would be a good place to put a tour, which I think will be what we do eventually. What I might do for now is do a smaller section of it just to keep things in visibility until we can get tours. Alright, what's wrong with my dinos? Cryptosporidiosis. That's one we can already treat, so we can just medicate that without worrying about the fact that apparently disease treatments aren't actually required. Okay, so the other problem is how do I build this? What I could do okay, what if we build into the gap between the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia? And if we do that, maybe the argument then becomes that the border of the Asian subcontinent is actually like right through here. Oh, the Asian continent, not the subcontinent. I was talking about the Indian subcontinent, which confused me. Okay, so yeah, actually, let's do this. Like this, like this. And then when we put in the medium amenities, we'll trim this out here and redesign it. So if we have the Indian subcontinent about here, And then Southeast Asia about here. It'll be really, like, close to Australia. That's kind of just a compromise for map space. And the Asia will be like that. That's about right. So, I want a viewing gallery in here. Basically right here. Shoot, I was in the red, so I couldn't place it. There we go. I think that's pretty straight with the path. Yeah. Great, so we do that. This road section I'm going to take out. This one we're going to leave in. So, Indian subcontinent comes in here, basically. Kind of curve down. Yeah, so I think what we do is we do kind of a curve. No, this path goes right behind the hotel. Yeah. That goes like that, for sure. And we do this. And we do this. I think we probably would need to strip these shops out over here before we do anything else with this design. That's also going to really compress those shops in terms of their position, which I wasn't thinking about. Still, I think this is pretty good positioning. We can compromise in other ways. Move the hotel. We can move the hatchery out of here. That's not a bad idea. If we move the hatchery out, we can put the shops in over here. That's it. That's the play. Yep. Okay, that's the plan. Hatchery's getting moved. We can even put the hatchery on Asia temporarily because we're going to be populating that enclosure now. So I think for the Indian subcontinent, we should go this way a little bit and then kind of like straight down. And it comes up over here pretty much like that. But then on the other side, we need to get those other buildings out of there, but there should be kind of something like this and like this, more or less. And then it comes down. No, it should be extended about the same size. Yeah, we've kind of rendered that the Indian subcontinent a little smaller maybe than it might have otherwise been. Why don't we do this? Yeah, and then that comes in over here a little bit like that. I think we're gonna just shave off some of the archipelagos and peninsulas and stuff that are all... Southeast Asia is a very complex place geographically speaking, okay? So I think we'll just compromise. We'll do something like that and then a little bit that comes down like that. And then that's the border, more or less. I think that works. Okay, so yeah. We'll do that. First batch of Worros. Z3 for 5 minutes. Okay. Let's get the medium amenities next. Five logistics, so we need to finish this dig team. So yeah, we'll do a quick cut. Our Wuro fossils are in. Dinosaur Prince times 2 is a lot of money right now, too. That's nice. $62, we'll need to do another dig, but it's going to have to be put on hold while we deal with the amenities situation. So let's go ahead and research those. Medium amenities. 4 and 5. So we'll put in the new amenities, and then we'll finish up this Asian enclosure. That's what it's going to look like. This section here is kind of placeholder, because Europe is going to be Spoilers Lagoons, and so we're going to have to play around with getting those to work and bear any resemblance whatsoever to Europe. Probably should move this expedition center out of here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that right now. That opens up another part of the park there for some other stuff. We can sneak this in, like, down here somewhere temporarily. Or just all the way down here. Yeah, all the way down here is fine. And then we can go ahead and extend this pathing over further into this temporary connection for this new hatchery. Or this, well, it's the old hatchery, but it's been moved. This is not going to be the permanent location for that either. That's also going to get moved. This also does mean we could reevaluate the width of Australia a little bit if we wanted to. Extend it out just a little bit further. Might do that, but we might wait until we get the other stuff in first. I think that's the plan. We get the medium amenities in. We get Asia set up so that we have those dinosaurs in view, and then we could scrap out this viewing gallery, and we can extend just the enclosure here a little bit deeper, like this. Just to get it, Australia a little bit wider, because it feels just a tiny bit too short. Left to right, east to west. And then we'll delete these amenities, and that'll allow us to finish off the Asian paddock here, too. Which should be done in a second. And yeah, I think the arrival point still works pretty well, so we won't be moving that. Do want to move this power. I guess not. I guess we'll leave it alone. All right, medium amenity food. Yeah, so these would be way too deep. We can leave enough space here that we can accommodate switching these over to large amenities, though, potentially. A little bit of yellow, a lot of green, and a lot of white. Well, I guess we just do donuts. Skeleton display. No, that's optimal. There is the possibility of bringing in a little bit more money here, it looks like, though. Let's not worry too much about this, because right now we're splitting it between two shops. We'll just get it set up basically so that it at least produces. And then we'll fix it after that. Oops. Yeah, we'll just get it set up like that. That is going to get us pretty close to the Asian shoreline, so I'm not sure we can actually upgrade all these to large where they sit, but that's okay. We're not too worried about that. Well, I guess we can move the power out of there too, which might help. It might work. And then we can definitely expand the Australian shoreline here. So we would just be doing a little bit like this. And a little bit... I guess we would want to go like out here somewhere. Yeah, okay, that's how we would want to do this. Because we want this front part to remain kind of the way it's set up. So we do something like that, we do something like that, this comes in here. And then I guess we can actually... Yeah, we won't do the rest of this yet. We'll just start to plan it. That's all. Because this will have to be... Yeah, we'll have to delete that, extend that across. Yeah. Something will go down there like that. Whatever, that's fine. It's a start. Okay, let's just straight up delete these guys. Yeah, path doesn't go any further than like that. Contracts have refreshed. Did disease-free reset? No, I think it just finished.
Success has a feeling all of its own, and you should be feeling it right about now.
Good timing for a contract.
I hope you're good to go, because this
Build
objective is
amenities.
too good
This
to
should be
pass up.
free. Build one medium food. Cheesed.
Boom!
Okay.
That's another.
Then we gotta get the rest of this area in here. I want this path connected before we build anything else. Let's check these shops. Yeah, I guess they're fine. Alright. Then, yeah, we gotta get the last little bit of Asia here done. So, basically, it heads down that way. That's the end of that. It's just the back half of the coast. I've shaved off a few little landmarks here because it's just a little bit too much stuff going on in that part of the world. There should be a fence that comes in like this. Well, kind of a bay that comes in. Well,
Objective down.
yeah, okay. So this goes over a little bit like that. And then kind of comes back here. And we've got kind of like a shallow like arc here. Actually, I'd say it's more like this and it arcs in. Bit like that, and then maybe a straight section. Yeah, I would say it comes in a little bit like that, and then a little bit like this. There's this little bay here, and then there's a little spit of land that comes out like this. What is that? I actually don't know, geographically speaking, what that area is. Interesting. Yeah, this little corner piece should be lower than that. China's looking a little fat. Actually, maybe not fat enough. It's good enough.
You're really making a name for
It's
yourself.
fine. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, so there we go. That's all set up. Fossils were processed. Research is done. Let's go get some more Wurosaurus. Oh, it's actually like a separate little island. Didn't know that. You can see it here on this map a little bit better. Yeah, this peninsula here I've shaved off completely. And obviously we're ignoring all these islands out here. We're ignoring... oh, shoot, what's this place called? Ah, fuck. Damn it, my geography is so rusty. I haven't had geography courses in so long. Ah, well. Typical American, doesn't know where anything in the world is. It's fine. Then, yeah, the welfare person's just going to hang back here while we get the Wuro fossils in. 4 minutes, 2 minutes. Yeah, I guess that's about that. We should put in, like, the Himalayas in some form. Just kind of do a bit of hill like that. Then at least there's a hill there. Yeah, those are the Himalayas, all right. Okay. And then some of the seas we should put in too. So directly north of the bay here, there should be some water. It's the Black Sea. I don't know my geography. This is embarrassing. Why did I decide to do that? Also, this is way too... This goes in far too far. We should do it like this. Yeah, like, man, I need a bigger map. Bigger map of the Saudi Arabia landform. So if we have, this is basically where this connects. Yeah, this should be coming in, but it should get pretty far up here like this by the end of it all. And then this kind of traces it back. Now we've got to link back up with this. We can just shrink this down a little bit. That's, I think, a little bit better. I mean, this is still too short. Actually, yeah, this can just go in further. We can just do that. Yeah, I mean, this is still a little weird. Definitely we need to bring this in now at more of an angle. Because Saudi Arabia should kind of narrow a little bit. Maybe like that? It's crude. It's crude, but it's not the worst thing. Yeah, and we'll worry more about this when we're actually putting in like Europe and Africa, how these all connect up. Because right now we're just compromising to get Asia started. Then we're out of power? No, that just hasn't connected up. Then water. So, that's the original point of this. Was to get like the Black Sea or whatever in. I'm not actually sure if it is the Black Sea. Don't tell anybody. Red Sea? Black Sea? They're in the area. I don't fucking know. You start asking me geography of like which seas are which. That's when you're going to be really disappointed, because that's worse. Something like that. It's a little fat up here. Big body of water there. There's a variety of like lakes and stuff in north of the Himalayas, up towards Siberia and stuff. But that's the biggest body of water. Everything else is just kind of small, guys. Some over there. Yeah, we'll just toss in a few lakes like that. kind of obscured. Okay, great. So that's done. Awesome. All right, fossils are coming in. Australia's been redesigned and expanded. I think the shape looks a little bit better now. I think ultimately, like, probably this should be widened out a little bit too. Actually, now that I think about that, now that I said that out loud, yeah, because like this bay should kind of like sync up down there. So I think they should just be slightly too close to the min-may though. Ah, it's good enough. That's good enough. That's Australia. You can tell. It's a perfect, flawless Australia despite all the flaws. But yeah, we did expand it out here a little bit. Now we get some more sand here on the one side. So at least there's, you know, a little bit more sand in the Australia section. Actually, that's not that bad. Like, thematically, the green should be around this coastline. The north and, like, the west or the eastern coastline. And the sand should be in the middle and towards, you know, the west here. But it's not that bad. All right. So, we'll call Australia complete. I'm not going to sit here and tinker for a million hours with the shape of it. That's good enough. This might be enough to complete Worosaurus. I think so. This gets us to 92 and 2 additional 3s. Actually, we might be able to just look at the map and know. Get those extracted. We'll get you rested. If we check the globe, yeah. Well, we got Desung now, because now that obscures whether or not we finish Worosaurus. We're not going to do Para. Para's not distinctly Asian, so it's not going to be in the park. What do we do after Wuro, then? I would like to do probably Homalocephaly. Dinosaur population of 40. We need Mamenchisaurus, which is way over here. Which looks like we can push it, actually. We might push Mamench. Yeah, I think we're going to start trying to push Mamenchisaurus. Might require us to hire some additional scientists. We could probably use another genetics and another logistics specialist. None available, so we'll hold off on that. When is the upgrade that we want available? We should do these upgrades too. Yeah, I think next time we're going to work on some upgrades. A lot of research needs to be done. And we'll have to start keeping an eye on some of the staff. Wait, where's the... Oh no, Staff Center Specialist is right here. It's actually a really early tier research too. And that's like a free +1 to each specialist per facility. So if we build an extra staff center, we can get one of those in each, and we can just straight up throw down an extra 2 points of welfare, genetics, and logistics on these guys. It'll be really interesting to see how well that works out. We definitely need to keep an eye out for another logistics and genetics specialist, and probably just a welfare to complete the two sets of 3. I think this might work out to be pretty interesting. I'm really excited to see how the scientist management actually works out in this run, which is a really strange thing to say. But yeah, we can't do anything with that until we're rested and the fossils are processed. So I think we'll call it an episode here. Next time we'll work on the Worosaurus and work on unlocking a bunch of research. A push towards Mamenchisaurus.